Hi, this is Mr. Nazarian. Our learning objective today, I can multiply fractions presented on a line plot. It's 5th grade standard, measurements and data, B2. Okay, so we've worked on multiplying fractions, but if we want to show a visual representation of multiplying fractions with a line plot, this is how it's going to look. So if we take 2/3 times 3/4 on a line plot, we're going to have our line plot here, which is just a horizontal line, right? And remember, another way of thinking about multiplying fractions we were kind of saying here is this is 2/3 of 3/4, right? So one way that we can show a visual representation of this is, on this line plot, is so we're taking 2/3 of 3/4, so we want to show what 3/4 looks like first here. So I'm going to be as accurate as I can, but I'm going to have to kind of eyeball this. So, okay, so I've broken this line plot into 4 sections here. So the whole line represents one whole, right? So here's 0, right? This is one whole on the end, and each one of these lines is going to be a fourth, right? So this section right here is a fourth, 1/4. We have 1/4, and then obviously we'll have 2/4 here, and 3/4 here, and the last one would be 4/4, which is again the same as one whole. Okay, and then we want to show this. Let me see here. What am I going to do? Let me use the green one here. So we want to show 3/4. So we have 1/4. 2/4, 3/4. So we have our 3/4 here, and remember what we want to, we're multiplying as 2/3 it by 2/3. So we want to find 2/3 of this amount, of this 3/4. So real quick here, what we're going to do is that means we're going to have to find 2/3 of each of the fourths, which means we're going to separate each of these fourths into thirds. So again, just kind of eyeballing. It's not going to be exactly, but okay. So each of these fourths I've divided into thirds, right? So you can see that this fourth here I've divided into 1, 2, 3 parts. So they're in thirds. And so I have a total of, now what I've done is I've broken this up into these smaller parts, right, into thirds. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fractional parts, if you will. 12 small little parts now that I've broken that up into. And I'm going to look at what 2/3 is, right? Because I've broken up to thirds, but I want to know what 2/3 of the 3/4 is. So we've got 2/3 here, right? 2/3 of this fourth, 2/3 of this fourth, right? So of each of these fourths, I'm showing 2/3 of it, right? So I want 2/3 of this fourth, 2/3 of this fourth, 2/3 of this fourth. Now, what we have all together there is 2/3 of the 3/4. So I'm looking at here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each of these little sections of the whole, one whole here, this whole line plot, there are 12 of them. So each one of them is a 12th. So the ones that are shaded in red there, there's 6 of the 12 total sections. So we've got 6/12ths. So we can see if that's right. If I move these over here, you can see that it goes to what we've got here, 2/4, which is the same as, is equivalent to, what would 2/4 be in lowest terms? Be 1/2. Well, what is 6/12 reduced to lowest terms? It is also 1/2, right? So that checks out there. And then also, looking at our algorithm of how we've learned how we can multiply fractions, so just multiplying across the numerators and denominators. 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12, so it all checks out. So that is how you show, here, move these back over here again, how you show a visual representation of multiplying fractions on a line plot. All right, see you tomorrow. We'll work more on that later.